Hey everyone, and welcome See? Here we go. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Bloomy Brain channel. I am here with one of my best friends today, Kyle Johnson. We go all the way back to the 6th grade, and I really wanted to feature him on my channel because I think that his life story is very interesting, it's compelling, and it's one worth hearing, no doubt. How are you doing today, Kyle?
I can't complain. I'm a bit. Carly, how have you been?
I have been doing well. I've been so excited for you and I to make this happen, really get this going. For months, you guys, we've been on the phone, kind of going over different ideas and everything to just really depict, everything that we want anyone that this may be of interest to really see. And, I've just been so excited to just get this going. This has been awesome. So I'm going to tell you guys a little backstory of how this kind of came to fruition. So what would you say? Was it August or September?
It was probably around early fall when it got started.
I think it was September because I feel like it was when I was driving home after my birthday. My birthday's September 13th, I believe so, and you maybe called to wish me a happy birthday.
Yeah, because I got my first full-time permanent job.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Okay, so he had called me to tell me the good news that he had got his new first-time permanent full-time job at the Crown Coliseum.
Bingo.
In Fayetteville, North Carolina. On my birthday, so what a special day. That was your first day, right?
First day on the job.
First day on the job. And something that he said to me in that phone conversation really stuck out to me. And I can still hear the words like they were yesterday, but you said to me, Carly, many doctors told me I would never be able to do something like this. Were those your exact words? How did you say it?
Actually, you hit it right there on the nail.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about that. Tell us about you, Kyle. Tell us why they would say that.
Well, for starters, hi everybody from the Bloomy Brain channel. I'm Kyle Johnson. I'm originally from Fayetteville, North Carolina, and born and raised here. And actually, the reason why a lot of doctors said that I couldn't do it was because at the age of 3, at the age of 3, I was diagnosed with ADHD and high-functioning autism. Mm-hmm. And so from age 3 on, I actually had to learn how to, function as a human being on this earth. Being, the auditory, the listening, the speech, everything. So from 3 years old on, I had to do therapy like aquatic, speech, communication, even autistic therapy. And my mom, being the biggest supporter, took 4.5 to 5 years off of work.
Wow.
Just to help me out with all the therapies that I actually had to go through to become the man that I am today. And then once my school career got started, which was right around, kindergarten, I actually had to be put on medicine, like various forms of medicine, but the one medicine that they constantly kept me on was something called Focalin. Mm-hmm. And throughout first kindergarten through 4th grade, it worked. And right around 5th grade, I actually had side effects from the medicine.
Okay.
I actually started to have bloating, headaches, mood swings. Like when I say mood swings, I literally mean I was not myself.
You told me, I remember being in 6th grade once, and the first ever time I heard the word migraine, I'd always heard of headache, but the first time I had ever heard of migraine, you were the one that said it to me. I always think about that.
Yeah, migraines were really one of the biggest side effects of just autism medicine in general, because it's making your brain do things that you don't want to feel in real life.
Yeah. And that breaks my heart to think about. I know back then we thought we were so old, as everyone always does when they're younger. You think that you're so mature. But it breaks my heart to actually, in retrospect, ponder how young we really were, to think about little you being in school with such horrific migraines and side effects. But you would never know, you guys. He was the happiest, funniest, coolest guy. You would never have even known that he was going through experiencing any of these side effects.
Actually, I take that back. Actually, the migraines actually stopped once 6th grade hit.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm thinking 7th or 8th then.
7th or 8th migraines were still distant.
That's good.
Yeah. So throughout my middle school career, the migraines weren't there because I'll tell y'all why. Because once 6th grade hit, I was no longer on that medicine. Actually.
That's phenomenal. That's so amazing. So now tell us a little bit about coming off of that medicine. What that was like for you.
It was an eye-opener, I must say, because once I was off that medicine, I now started to function like somebody that wasn't a lab rat, if that makes sense. I felt more like, wow, here I am, an actual functioning human being, not have to be controlled by something this small.
Yeah. And that's powerful. You know, him and I talk a lot. I have ADHD as well. I was medicated briefly in 2nd grade after being diagnosed, but then I was, I guess, functioning a little bit robotic, not like myself at all, and really colorful, loud, all over the place. Like just if someone took every color of the rainbow and just threw it on a painting, that's me. So my painting when I was on this medicine, I think, was very linear, one color, and my parents knew something was up. So him and I, we relate a lot about, the ADHD aspect, and I definitely think that we get to know who we really are when we are off of these medications. Can you attest to that?
Absolutely. In fact, one of the things that actually saved me from coming off the medicine was, get this, music, actually. Music actually helped me transition from the robotic side of me to more of the case of like, wow, what if actually I could use autism to my advantage to function as a human being?
Hell yes, and I love that because it's like, your brain, my brain, they're already a little bit neurotic. I don't even want to use that word, not neurotic, but just, very, like, we enjoy to do a lot of different things and have our focus on something. So we were in music class together in 6th grade. Miss Turner's, right?
Miss Turner's band class, actually.
Yeah, we had it 2nd period together because we had Miss Conley first.
It was, first period was math with Miss Conley, I think?
Yeah.
Because that was the class that your father actually walked you in, and that's when...
I met you and Josh, you first, and then Carmen came along, and oh my gosh, 6th grade, I mean, I can't believe how young we were. It's so crazy to think about. But yeah, so music was awesome, and I definitely feel like it tunes you in so much and gives you something. If your brain is like, it gives you something to plug into. If your brain maybe needs to be a little bit more like, high functioning and fun and just out there, then it gives you that too. There's so many things that music can give you. What do you think that music has given you?
Well, to be honest, actually, a fun fact about me, I actually discovered my talent for music while I was actually on medicine, actually.
Wow.
Because at the age of 4, my grandmother gave me my first toy drum for Christmas. Because it had the drum with the sticks and everything, and so I just started beating to it, and in fact, my grandmother was looking at my mother like, I think we found the next musician. Look at him. His hands are about as fast as your father's. I'm sorry. And then once age 7 hit for me, that's when my mom and dad got me my first ever drum set.
Aww. So it all started at, your younger years,
right,
and then carried on.
Yeah, and then age 8, I started taking drum lessons with the Honorable Mr. Darius Ened. I will never forget his name till the day I die.
So, kind of bringing it back to everything that you just revealed about yourself and your struggles throughout school, kind of bringing it back to doctors told you that you might not ever be able to have a job like this.
Mm-hmm.
How did that feel? What was it like? You know, what did they say? And how are you proving wrong that statistic today?
Actually, Doc actually was more so psychiatrists and therapists that told me that I actually, before the whole job scenario came into my life, that I wasn't going to be able to graduate from, let alone a high school or a college.
And I thought that you just said college to me. I didn't know that they maybe thought you weren't going to graduate from high school.
If at best, in fact, I remember one event in particular, Carly. There was a psychologist slash therapist that worked with the elementary school that I went to, and I was actually one of her patients in a way. I was kind of a patient through the aspect of a student, and after one of the sessions, this therapist came up to my mother and said, "Miss Johnson, based off of how your son is performing, he will only receive a certificate of completion from high school, not a high school diploma."
What? How old were you again?
I was, to be honest, it was so far back I can't even remember.
So you weren't in high school yet, right?
Not way before high school. I was still in elementary school when this happened.
And who was she to put that on you, being so young? Thank God, Kyle, that you have parents that believed in you then and still believe in you now, and you proved that woman wrong. And this is something about you and I that I definitely think we are similar on. When someone says to me, like, "Oh, she's not gonna do that, she can't do that, blah, blah, blah," that motivates the hell out of me. And then I'm like, I'm gonna go do that. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely.
So I mean, even as kids, you know, people think that kids cannot hear adult conversations. Did you ever kind of catch wind of these conversations? And I mean, you must be so, like, your soul is so rock solid to the core, because I never saw you down. I always saw you persevering more, like, keep going. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be in all these clubs, be in the band. I'm gonna graduate. I'm gonna go to college. How did you keep good spirits?
To be honest, one name comes to mind. God himself.
Amen, brother. I love that. And that's beautiful that, you know, you leaned in and poured your faith into the man upstairs.